While I was visiting family in Chile, I bought kilos and kilos or meters and meters and meters of fabric, managed to squeeze them all into our 3 big suitcases, and they are here and I'm sharing them all with you. This is the most colorful one, and if you're intrigued to see them all, keep watching. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles, a channel all about sewing, limitless sewing. And today's video is a little bit different, a little bit more varied. I have a lot of fabric to show you, and I have other things I want to discuss with you. A little bit chatty, a little bit longer. So get yourself comfortable and let's get into it. For those who are new to the channel, I don't do many fabric hauls. I'll probably have one every 2 or 3 months. So I'm just letting you know that that is not the base of the channel, but I did get so much fabric while I was back at home in Chile, and I really want to share that with you. I was really excited to have the chance to bring all this fabric with me. I kept buying some fabric over the summer and thinking, oh, is it gonna fit in our suitcases? You know, we have a 23 kilo allowance on our suitcases in these flights around South America. And I managed to pack lightly myself, and my husband and my son, being men, they also managed to pack lightly. And yeah, all the 3 suitcases had a lot of fabric in there, along with our other things that we needed. I would say most of these fabrics are knit fabrics, jerseys, and all types of knit fabrics. And I wanted to top up on these because over there I tend to find more variety than the variety I can find here. Here I tend to just find viscose, rayon spandex. That's what I mostly can find, and that's not suitable for every type of project that I want to make. So I would say maybe 70% of what I'm going to show you are knit fabrics of different types, and the rest are wovens. But before I delve into showing you the fabric, I just wanted to let you know that I am really happy today. Although it's a disgusting day outside, it's been raining for days. That's why I'm filming inside the sewing room. Today is my son's 13th birthday, and I have only one son. I have mentioned him before. I have made him things, so you have seen him. He has had a small presence on the channel since he was 10 while we were still living in Bolivia. He has grown, and I'm just really proud to see of the type of person he's becoming. He has been a huge blessing to us as a couple and as a family, to all the grandparents. Difficult conception, difficult pregnancy, difficult birth. He was a premature baby. He was born 7 weeks early. Usually midwives have some sort of story to tell you that everything didn't go straightforward. I'm not sure why. Seems to be a risk factor. If you're a midwife, you're usually going to have something happen that is not, how it's supposed to be. And well, he had a lot of health complications at birth, but managed to pull through. Funny thing is, his birthday is 9 days before mine, and the year he was born, we were so wrapped up around what was going on with him, having heart scans. He had some sort of heart complications, and both me and my husband's minds were elsewhere. We totally skipped my birthday. When I turned 28, we remembered the next day. We're like, it was my birthday yesterday, and we both forgot because we were so into the baby, So I didn't have a 28th birthday. I sort of skipped it. I'm super happy, and a bit later I'm going to show you some of the fabrics that are actually for him. They are for projects that he needs. These first 2 are swimsuit fabrics. They could be for swimsuits. They told me they could also work for leggings, and I've definitely bought leggings that are this material, and they have print on one side and on the other it's white. Medium weight, super nice, super soft. They're like really cool to touch. And I don't have like really immediate plans for these. As usual, I'll let the fabric speak to me as time goes by. But I really like these colors. I'm not someone that will make a swimsuit. I really don't have plans to make a swimsuit. But I could make like a swim cover-up, like some sort of dress that could get wet, because this dries up super fast. And the other one is super mega colorful. Super nice. I bought these in Chile. Remember, I had a fabric haul at the beginning of December where I visited an area like a fabric district in Santiago, the capital of Chile. I went with my dad. I was able to return one more time there during all the travels during the summer, and then I bought a whole chunk more. This time I went alone, I felt fine, I knew the place, I just blended in and got my fabric, you know. So that's when I got these. This black one is a suplex. It's really good quality activewear fabric. By touch, by what I feel, it's quite heavyweight and the type that is opaque, that it will not go transparent if I make leggings out of that for running. That's the plan for this one. It's really hard for me to find this type of fabric here. I have found one shop that sells it online here locally. Super expensive. This was much more affordable and sort of the same quality. These ones are double brushed poly. And I always saw fabric like this in Bolivia, but never here in Brazil. And I found this one over there. And I love the tones of purple there. On the screen, the purple looks lighter than it really is. It is darker in my eyes and I really like it. And I just got a meter. You know, a meter is enough for a laundry day tea dress. I made one with sleeves, but I would make it as a tank, and I am 99% sure that this is what that will become, a laundry day tea dress, but tank, you know, without the sleeves. The next three are animal prints. I've been liking it a bit more than before. I am open to changing my style, not the style of clothes that I make, but the type of prints, because I was all against animal print before, but they are growing on me, and especially these colors that are like gray. So this is a mix of all types of animal print. I mean, I see like leopard, zebra, tiger. I see white tiger there and leopard. I'm not sure, but it's a really, really nice ITY, really nice quality, like much better quality than the ITYs that I see here. It's a medium weight. I really like how it feels, you know, the weight of it. And I think I got 2 meters, which is a lot for the typical amount that I buy in fabrics. The next one is another type animal print, but this is like a sweater type jersey, like to make a cardigan. If I come up close, you can maybe see the texture. And it's sort of leopard print, but it's got blue tones in there. I've really been liking blue for a long time, and I love that this has some blue in there. I really like this one. So this will become some type of cardigan. I'm not sure which one. This one is another animal print, but in different tones. Greens and tans and browns. And now this is the type that is printed on one side and on the other side is white. But it's really good. It's really stretchy. I have a controversy in my head about what people call 2-way or 4-way stretch. Look, if something stretches horizontally, that for me is 1-way stretch, right? 1 way. And if it stretches horizontally and vertically, then for me that's 2-way stretch, horizontal and vertical. So when people say it's 4-way stretch, I don't really get that. I mean, yeah, I guess it's what you like to use. I prefer using 1-way stretch or 2-way stretch, and that's it, you know. So this for me is a 2-way stretch because it goes both ways, you know, pretty equally. I would say it's the same, but this is in the direction that it's knit. And I really like this. I'm not sure what it will be, whatever I feel inspired by, but it is activewear fabric. But, you know, you can make clothes out of activewear fabric as well, you know. These two are ITY, and you're probably seeing a similar sort of tones here. So this is black and white, and it's got some type of rose print on there. Really pretty. I have only a meter of this because in the shop they were selling cuts of a meter. Like, even if you wanted more, they were selling them in 1 meter cuts. So you had to get a meter, and that's what I got. And I really like it. I'm not sure what it'll be, but it's the same good quality ITY. This is another ITY, and this one has some sort of strange print. It's like a border print of some sort because it's different on the sides, and then it goes into lighter grays in the center, and then it goes back out to that on the selvage. So I'm not exactly sure how that print is going to work, how I'm going to decide what to make with it, with that type of print on it, so that it makes sense. But I'm excited to have it. I have about 2 meters here. These next two, I consider them precious fabrics. It's going to be really hard for me to cut into them because I've been looking for fabric like this for years. I've never found it in the quality that I found it in Chile in a shop. And now this shop was just a little tiny shop in my parents' city in the south of Chile. They have, it's a medium-sized city, and there are 3 little fabric shops in that city. And in the smallest of all, I found this and I couldn't believe it, because I couldn't even find this in Santiago. So never saw it in Brazil, never saw it in Bolivia. But this is like a deluxe luxury leggings fabric. And if you look at it, it looks just like denim. Super soft. You can see how that looks like a black denim that's been like washed. And on the other side, it looks like that. And it's so soft, like you couldn't believe how soft it is. And thick and stretchy. Two-way stretch, horizontal and vertical. It's gorgeous. And now the width of this knit fabric was ridiculous. It was 180 centimeters wide. I'll put the inches there because I can't do the maths right now. It's the widest knit fabric I've ever seen. So I think I got, I don't know how much I got, but I got like 1.5 meters or something of each. They were pretty pricey, so I think these are gonna be really hard to cut into. This is the same one, but in a blue equivalent. So it's exactly the same quality and everything, and only blue and black. So I need to work on some type of muslin. I need to find some fabric that has sort of similar stretch to this that is not so valuable to me. And I think I'm going to experiment with the Sabrina Slims from Love Notions. They were recently re-updated, redrafted, and they've had extended sizing from 0 to 32 now. And when this pattern was being retested, I was in Chile, so I wasn't able to participate in this pattern test. But I think one of these, I would like to eventually make one of those, because it's a tight-fitting pull-on pant, would be perfect for this type of fabric, and they would look sort of like jeans. But before cutting into this fabric, I'm gonna have to work and get it perfect before actually committing to using this fabric, because yeah, I've never seen it before, and I'm happy I have it in 2 colorways. I don't know, and maybe one will become a pair of pants for my son. Maybe he likes to be comfortable. I'm gonna have to see, because yeah, it's really hard to get him to dress in anything that isn't joggers at the moment. So if I could make him a pair of pants that looks like jeans, but out of this fabric, they would stretch wherever he goes, and maybe he will wear something that's not a jogger. I will have to see. I have some stretch denim. I would say this is medium weight, super stretchy, one-way stretch, just horizontal stretch, no vertical stretch. And I got 1 meter, and I really want to make a denim skirt. I have blue type denim skirts, and they are the most worn items in my wardrobe. I'm always reaching out to them because I can just put any top and I'm perfect, ready to go. And I've been wanting one like this. So yeah, it'll probably be a self-drafted one, something I'll just be creative with, similar to the denim skirt I made my sister-in-law. I showed a few videos ago. I have something similar to that on my mind for this fabric. Okay, and finding stretch denim, actual stretch denim, is a rarity. That is why I've only made 2 pairs of stretch jeans. I've made the Mountain View jeans out of blue jean stretch material that I found in Bolivia. The other one are the ash jeans from Megan Nielsen. I found that in a craft fair, and I haven't made any more because I couldn't find any more stretch denim. So I have made jeans out of non-stretch denim, the Dawn jeans from Megan Nielsen. I've made loads of those, but never could find the black stretch denim. And I found it, and I'm so stoked. And it's so nice, and it's so stretchy, you know, one-way stretch. And it's just the right weight, and I got a lot of these, probably 3 meters of black denim here, because Martin needs a new pair of pants. I made him a pair of black pants last year that he outgrew, and he really needs a pair, and I would love to make myself another pair of stretch jeans. This is so heavy. You don't know how heavy. This took up like half the suitcase. The next 2 are for my son, and he chose them. They're 100% rayon or viscose, and he chose them so I can make him some shirts for church. Last year I made him 2 Fairfield button-ups from Thread Theory Designs, and one of them was made in Rayon. He's addicted to that shirt. He wants to wear it all the time, and he says it just feels buttery soft on his skin and so flowy and cool, and so he chose this one. See, he's a boy and he doesn't mind wearing a bit of flowers and things because it's black and white, so I'm fine with that. The other one is a bit more abstract, and this one has a navy blue background and that type of weird print there. So I'm excited to make 2 more for him. I'll just probably batch make them. I already know the pattern by heart. It'll be a fun make that he really actually does need, you know, so I've got to get on those soon. I wanted to make a little pause from showing you fabric. I have a bit more here next to me to show you, but I wanted to let you know about other things that have been going on. I wanted to thank my Patreon supporters. Your monthly support means everything to me. From when I started 4 or 5 months ago, I've been saving all the income generated from the page, and I've been able to purchase a new computer. So that computer was purchased just before coming back to Brazil, and it's a much better computer than what I was using. I was using this ancient 5-year-old thing that kept crashing when I was editing. It wasn't coping with what the editor needed. So I have a gaming computer now. I'm not gonna game because I will never be a gamer, but that's what it's for. And something about it has like a faster processor. The thing is that's life-changing is that the process of editing is going smoothly, so much more than before. Nothing is crashing, everything's working nice and fast. And when I've finished making a video, the process of it, that exporting into a file that can be uploaded to YouTube, is taking like 20 minutes, whereas before it was taking 3 to 4 hours. So life-changing. So I'd love to thank you all lovely ladies: Bran, Sherry, Crystal, Jan, Jane, Liz, Myra, Pauline, Rhonda, Tracy, Wendy, Pauline, Suzanne Black, Kat, Chris, Polly, Bonnie, Georgia, Gillian, Lorianne Payne, Laura, Meg, Vignette Francis, Sandra, Christina, Zoe, CW, and Julie. So for the last couple of months, for the highest tea on Patreon that have access to a full sew along of a pattern, I have a few makes ready that I haven't shown on the channel. I won't be sharing full sew alongs because that is for Patreon supporters, but I will make a summary and extract some aspects of those makes and show you. One of those is a Samora blouse from Itch to Stitch. I made 2 of those. I also made the Matilda dress from Megan Nielsen, and just recently I made McCall's 8031. It's a shirt dress, and I was aware that McCall's had some PDF patterns available. I fell down a rabbit hole one day and started looking. Look, the PDF patterns never go on sale. So when these websites go on sale, or you can buy these paper patterns in your shops at $3.99 or $2.99 or whatever, that does not apply to the PDF patterns. So actually, I think these patterns are even more expensive than the indie patterns, but I do see the value of them, and I do love some of these designs that don't really appear sometimes in the indie world. So yeah, I will start purchasing the ones that I really like as they come up. McCall's 8031 was one of them. I really like that camp collar and that shirt dress. I've already sewn it. It's already on Patreon. I love that, and I'm really excited to show you that when the time is right. I do put polls up on Patreon, and I give options of patterns that I'm interested to sew but have no inclination sort of what I'm really wanting to make first. I'll be making the Jane overshirt by Style Arc. I really love that pattern, and that was one of the ones that was voted. And I've recently put up another poll, and it's going to be Barik 6680, and that's a really cool knit dress. So I'll be featuring those on the channel soon. Thank you to the ladies who voted for them. I'm really excited to get going with them. Now back to the fabric. I have some more wovens to show you. Now this next one, these are the ones that you need to make a decision, because when I bought the fabric, it was that small and really crinkled, right? So if you wash your fabric, let it crinkle and let it stay tiny like that, and then you sew, when you sit down and wear your garments, they're gonna start to grow and look terrible. Or you can just go ahead and press it and get rid of most of that crinkleness of that thing that would make it tiny, and then just sew it like that, and then when you wash it you have to press it open again. So I'm really conflicted about what to make with this fabric. I'm regretting having bought it because it's such a fussy fabric. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make with this. Something probably super simple with few seam lines that can easily be pressed. But I got it because I like the color and I love how it feels. It's super soft. I would probably say stay away from crinkled rayon. But I couldn't resist the color and the price, and we shall see what comes out of it. This was in a remnant bin, but it's like a really good quality crepe back satin. So that is the opaque side and that is the satiny side. It's much better quality than others that I have worked with before. It feels really luxurious and I love the deep tone of brown there. And I got a lot of these, maybe like 2 or 3 meters, because it was in a remnant bin as a one whole piece. And it was very affordable. I can't remember the price, but very affordable. Now, years ago, probably 2016, I found this crepe in that same area in Santiago. And in 2017, when the channel was just new, I made the Sylvia robe from Sew Over It. I'll put a picture here if I can find. It's very old. And I always like the fabric, and I was shocked to find the same fabric somewhere else. So it must be a few years old. I'm not sure. But I just love all these colors, the blues and the reds, and it's slightly sheer, of course. It's just a lightweight crepe. I don't really mind polyester. It's not a fabric that bothers me, and I go by touch and by feel, and I know the types that I won't like, and this is the type that I like. So I got some of that. I'm not sure what I'll make, but I love the print so much. I loved it before. I always wish I had purchased more, and here it is. I purchased it again a few years later. This is chiffon and it's very sheer, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see the print, but I don't know what this is. Maybe it's snake print, I'm not sure, but it's got tones of browns and greens and I really like it. It's not the widest of fabrics, but it's not the narrowest. Probably 53 inches wide, and I'm not used to working with fabric that's a little bit narrower, but I really liked it. This is another crepe and it's purple with black with little swirls of white. And yeah, it is sheer. It's fine. I like working with this fabric. It doesn't bother me, although it's a bit more slippery when you work with it, but I like the purple and it's showing lighter there on the screen. It's darker from what I can see. I really like this one. I've got a solid, but it's not just a solid because it's got some embroidery on it. If you can see there, there's like these little flowers on the fabric. Maybe you can see it's very sheer and it's brown, and I've always wanted to top up browns in my wardrobe, you know, solids, because I don't really tend to have that much solids. So I really like this one. And who knows what it will become. Tell me which ones you like the most, which ones you like the least. Do you buy sometimes fabrics that you know from the get-go are going to be precious and hard to cut into? You know, out of all these fabrics, I've shown you the 2 that I'm going to really have a hard time to cut. And those are those really deluxe luxury legging fabrics. Super hard to find. I know it would be extremely difficult for me to find any more of that. So when I actually do make something with them, I want to be 200% sure, and I know it's going to be hard for me. I don't know. Do you do that? Do you give too much value to fabric when at the end of the day it's just fabric, you know? But I do sometimes have a few that I just get really attached to, and although I know they would be amazing in my wardrobe made as garments, I tend to leave them and just look at them and stroke them and stuff. The floor of my sewing room has got to be the one that is mainly kept spotless from the whole house. I'm always cleaning it. It's white. It's spotless, you know. And as I filmed all the fabrics, I just kept throwing them there, and that is what this is going to look like after finishing this. They are all underneath the desk where I sew. So I've got work cut out for me. Tidy, tidy, tidy. Lots more work here for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you very soon with another one. Bye!